Hey guys, and welcome to my latest video. This time we're going to be tackling a new challenge, and this time it's going to be 75 soft. Now don't let that put you into a false sense of security. Soft does not mean soft. It just means softer than 75 hard. And the reason I've decided to do this is because the 75 hard rules are very extreme, and they're that way for a purpose. It's a mental toughness challenge. They don't advertise it as a physical challenge, although a lot of the challenges are physical. But for me, the reason that I'm doing this is wanting to get back into a routine. Being on the summer holidays, routine goes completely out of the window. So I wanted to challenge myself, but I wanted to use something like 75 soft, which has similar parameters in terms of what's expected of you, but many people who do this tailor it to their own needs or their own lifestyle and things like this. But the main thing about it is the consistency and just having some kind of routine, really. So that said, I'm going to try my best to stick to the rules of 75 soft. Now with 75 hard, if you miss any element of one of the days, even if you're on day 74, you go back to the beginning. 75 soft, you don't have to do that. But obviously I don't want to miss any of the days. I want to feel like I've completed it by the end of it and done all 75. But if we get to day 35 and I miss a day, then I'm not going to kick myself and stop it, because I know that if I stop doing it or stop trying to get all the other days so that I only miss one out of the 75, I'll go back into a rut without a routine and not doing any of these things that I'd spent all that time doing. So let's get down to the rules. So in this 75 soft, you basically have to stick to some kind of diet, really, most of the time. Looking at healthy choices, whole foods, the usual stuff, and it does allow you to drink on social occasions. I'm not really a drinker, so that's not going to be much of a problem. Whereas the 75 hard does insist that you stick to a diet, whichever one it is that you pick, and that there is absolutely no drinking at all. So my form of healthy eating is going to be sticking to 2,500 calories a day, which is about my maintenance. But I know for a fact that particularly in the holidays, I go way over that maintenance, probably double that quite often. And the next thing is exercise. So unlike 75 hard, where you have to do two 45-minute workouts and one of them has to be outside, 75 soft, it's just a 45-minute workout, and that can be anything. It can just be walking, it could be doing an online fitness class, or just doing some weights, gym, whatever. And I'm going to try and break it up through the week, maybe have a bit of a plan. Obviously walking, I want to factor quite frequently in these 75 days, but I do want to try and put odd kind of 10-15 minute weighted exercises in during the week as well. One of the most controversial things about 75 hard is the amount of water that they ask you to drink, which is a gallon, which is a lot of water. And I'm particularly bad at water. I'll drink plenty of coffee, plenty of juice, energy drinks, that kind of thing. But if you boil it down and then kind of measure how much water I actually drink a day, I'd be surprised if it's 500 mils. So the guideline for 75 soft is to drink 3 litres of water. I'm going to make it just 1, because for me that is a challenge, because it's very rare that I drink, like I just said, up to 500 mils a day. So rather than make it an unattainable amount that I know for a fact I'm probably not going to hit, and if I do, it's going to be for a very short period of time, what I'm looking at trying to do here is build manageable habits. When I've done this 75 soft, if I manage to do this kind of litre a day, I might then look at it and look at increasing that. But 1 litre a day every day for 75 days would be an incredible difference and improvement for me in terms of water intake. The other element of 75 hard, which is also the same for 75 soft, is basically reading 10 pages of a non-fiction book. So something that's going to benefit you in terms of maybe learning more knowledge, or a self-help book, or whatever it might be. So obviously I'm going to do the 10 pages of reading every day, and this time I've chosen to read the Bible. So I'm going to start with the Gospels at the beginning of the New Testament and see how far I get through that 75 days. Again, because that's one of those habits that I should be doing every day, and it's a bit like things like prayer or doing things for ourselves when it comes to self-help and things like that. We do them when we're broken, we do them when we need fixing, or when we're poorly, or when we're so exhausted that we have no choice but to do something. So I know reading the Bible benefits me, and that is what I'm going to do this time around. The only other thing that they had in the 75 hard was daily progress The only other thing from the 75 hard that 75 soft doesn't have is the daily progress fix. The only thing that the 75 has, the only thing that the 75 hard has that the 75 soft doesn't is the daily progress pictures. None of us need that in our lives, so thank goodness that that's not on the 75 soft. So as I've seen in many videos online of people doing this challenge, it's nice to have a visual in terms of the 75 days. So I've got the post-it notes and written 1 to 75 on them and put them up on my wall. And every day that I complete all the tasks for each of the 75 days, I'll tick it off the wall. And I'm one of these that I like proper books instead of like reading it on a screen, because I like feeling that progression through the book. So I thought that might be something that would help motivate me. It's on the opposite wall to my bed when I wake up in the morning, so I can see how far through I am and what day I'm on. Because let's face it, if you're a teacher or anybody that works in a school and you get the summer holidays off, you very rarely know what day it is, because you literally lose all sense of routine and track of time. So I thought that'd be a good idea. So that's it for today's 75 soft prep video. The work starts tomorrow, but I've got everything ready. I've done a shop, so I've got some more healthy foods in. I've got my FitnessPal tracker, so I can track how many calories. And I've got my water bottle. And I've got my 1 litre water bottle. Watcha! So there's nothing left to do but to get this video edited and get cracking tomorrow. So that's the end of this prep video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you starting tomorrow. Although you'll see week 1 when the week's over. Shush. Right, I'll stop now. Okay. See you later.